up the chat here. If you're joining us online, go ahead and leave a comment in the chat. And if you got a question for our guest today, well, you can drop it in the chat and I will ask her for you. This is the PAX podcast where we talk about people, partnerships, and professionalism. Today we have another people. We've been doing a lot of people podcasts because to tell you about PAX, to tell you about our people because we have the best in the business. I'm very excited for you to meet Chivon today. She's one of our drivers. And I hate to say one of my
Hello,
favorite drivers
hello.
because they're all my favorite, but she is a ton of fun, and you'll get to see that'll come out in today's podcast. I am 100% sure. But Siobhan, thank you for joining me on the show today. Thank you for taking time. I know you're out there busy taking drives, making money, so you are on the road as we do
Yes,
this.
yes.
So please be careful. But yeah, no, I just thank you for joining me on the show today. How are you doing?
You're very welcome. Thank you for the invite. I'm doing amazing. It's a beautiful day out today. A little warm, but it's still beautiful.
Yeah,
How are
it is
you?
a little warm. That's good. Yeah, you're right. It's warm. It is very, very warm. I was just out about an hour ago with my son, and I was like, man, it always heats up so fast here in the valley. It's crazy. So, actually, you haven't been in the valley that long, have you? When did, and you came from, you know what? Just give us the whole Siobhan backstory. Siobhan, tell us who you are, where you came from, how you ended up in Arizona and started driving. Tell us that story.
All right. Well, my name's Chivon. I moved here from Missouri, around the Kansas City, Missouri area. Go
Okay.
KC Chiefs, whoop whoop, and Kansas City Royals, yes. I moved here to Arizona. I wanted to be somewhere like farther on West Coast where there's like mountains and stuff, not so much humidity, and away from the snow and the ice. Like as I'm getting
Mm,
older, I've found the snow and the ice is hurting my body more.
it's
And I
also
wanted to be somewhere
it's
where people smile a lot.
yeah, it's not. I grew up in Wisconsin, and like as soon as we moved out here, it took me about a year to have my blood thin out. But like now, I'll go visit the snow, but I don't want to go live in the colder
Yeah.
environments anymore. It's funny when you get older, it's like I'm kind of over all that nonsense. Heat has its own things, but yeah, no. So tell us how you started driving. Tell us how you started driving.
So I originally started out in Tucson. I moved here. I just flew in, found a house, signed a lease, drove here, packed up all my stuff, and just winged it and drove here. I originally started out in Tucson, and I was originally doing like DoorDash and Grubhub at the college
Okay.
because I didn't really know that much about Uber and Lyft and rideshare driving. Um, so I originally started out there, and then I came up here a couple times and worked out of the airport and around the city area. And I was like, whoa, there's way different income up here than there is down there. So I was like, well, Tucson just isn't for me. Let me move to Phoenix. So then I moved up to Surprise in December, and I just started driving full time every single day, and I absolutely love it. Love it.
Yeah, that is very true. It does come through that you love what you do, being your own boss. That is very cool. Just connecting that story to the PAX story. When I met you, it was out when we were out helping professionalized drivers profiles. So we were taking professional
Yeah.
photos of their car and headshots, and so we had invited a bunch of people to come out to that, and I had not met you before then, and one thing that was uh, that struck me is that I'm and I don't know how to just tell this story, without it being 15 minutes long, but I'll try to abbreviate it for everybody. Is uh, Mary? Sorry to interrupt. Marius is dropping in the chat. He said, "Siobhan is an amazing driver. You guys will love her bubbly personality." And then he says, "Bear down." Bear down is U of A's call to arms. I don't know, motto.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think that's maybe that works as a motto, but yeah, I actually graduated from the U of A in Tucson. So I lived there for 5 years. Yeah, so it's a different vibe. There's an Air Force and college vibe down there, but
Hmm.
yeah, Tucson in general is a different vibe. So I'm glad you're up here and driving with us. But back to my story. We you were walking around taking photos, and one of the things that we were really trying to help pitch is this idea of of a community of drivers that really supports each other, a team that has eyes to see one another and a heart to try and help one another. And you were just walking around and taking photos of the experience, and that struck me because you I had never even met you, and you were documenting the experience, and I was like, who the heck is that? And then I think it was Danny told me, oh, that's Chivon. She's awesome. I was like, I need to go meet her. And so I went over and shook your hand. And I said, what are you doing? And you're like, well, we got to get this documented, because when this blows up, we're gonna want these photos. And I remember being like, holy cow, that was just really encouraging. I don't know if I
Yeah, we
even
got to
ever
get the
told you that story, but
first.
yeah. So I have
We
those
got to have
photos
like the
actually.
collage of like, we got to make them like old time, like back in this day when we first started PAX.
That was just really, and the reason it was so encouraging is because of the ownership that you really uh, you created this heartbeat that we definitely are we're looking for and needed, and it was just really refreshing to have you out
Hmm.
there, and yeah, I mean, you fully not just understood it, but you were bringing it, and that was just really cool. So yeah, no, and since then. It's one of the reasons that, like, your smile and bubbly personality when you show up at the events, it's infectious, because it's like, hey, Siobhan's here. I find myself all
Yeah.
bubbly too, and a lot of the drivers
I'm like,
giving
let's
hugs to
give
people
each
who,
other hugs. Let's all get
yeah,
hugs. You get a hug. You get a hug. You get a
yeah.
hug.
When Jamil broke down and you gave him a big old hug, I knew there was something special happening. So that was unique. That, and I would say that, Siobhan, you're the only one that could have broke down those tough exterior walls of his. So that was cool.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that. It's a pleasure to work alongside you, and just see your
Well,
your
thank you.
dedication to see PAX grow and expand, and to make other drivers really understand that what we're trying to do here is bigger than just create a bunch of rides. And although that is the main goal here, to help
Yeah.
every driver's business grow, it can be a lot of fun too. And you're a big advocate for that. So I just thank you for that. High five to you for that. Thank you. That's all I got to say with that. So uh, I don't even know how to ask you a question on that, other than, I think that's more of a thank you than a question. But you got yeah, I don't know how to turn that into a question. I can't even ask you where you got that. I think that's just who you are. Uh, but creating a team.
Thanks.
Tell us a little bit why you're so passionate. How about that? Tell us, why are you so passionate about helping us create a team and being a big integral player in that?
I would say just the amount of just support and love and everything that PAX brings with it makes me feel like I'm part of something so big and a part of a team that just supports each other so much. Like it drives me to like just want to keep doing better and more things with PAX and for everybody in PAX. I don't know. I just it's so nice. It's such a good group to be with. Like everybody's usually almost everybody's positive all the time and everybody's always trying to help everybody out in some type of way and we're all encouraging each other and it's just it's just very nice. And it's so
Yeah,
nice
I'm
to like it's so easy to talk about PAX to people because of what comes behind it. And with great leadership follows, other people. People follow
mm,
great leadership. And when you have great leadership, then you have great, I guess, employees.
yeah, well, right.
It
Well,
follows
and
down.
no, it's an attractive community. It's where people want to be a part of that, where they're not always, pitted against one another. They're actually working to help one another. And that's actually one of the things that I really enjoyed finding out about the community that was organically growing through PAX was when I found out, if a driver gets double booked or can't pick up one of their clients that they really value, and they want to send it off to, they'll pick another driver that they really trust to pass that drive to. And I was like, that our app definitely needs to be able to empower that, because there's something special there that helps drivers really help one another. That is the kind of team that we want to build, that really could make that positive difference. When you think about it, man, if
Mm-hmm.
you love what you do, it changes how, I mean, think about how many people you get to interface and interact with, and how much of an impact that's going to make in the people that ride in your cars. And each of you, we should do. I've said this before. We should do a roundtable podcast that just talks about
Oh,
the
yeah, we
the
should.
level and opportunity of influence just by telling the stories that you guys already have. I think that'd be a lot of fun, but it'd also be really eye opening to a lot of people who don't know a lot about the driving industry. How many people you actually get to help? How many people you actually talk to and listen to? There's so many people that and some of the stories just are will if you're watching and you don't know anything about the driving industry, I got to tell you, this is all new to me once I got involved from the operations standpoint and the brand standpoint, and I learned a ton from watching this community, not just work together, but talk together, grow together, and how you guys are really banding together to create something that's a better option than what's already out there. And it is working. Like the idea that PAX is delivering such a better service, such a keeps the money local and invests in small business, and it gives every rider the opportunity to give back to community and for people that are really working hard to make a positive impact. It's like, why would you ever ride any other way when PAX is an option? Like that's and it, man, I would love to see that continue to grow. And if that, and also if you're a driver, I don't know when you're going to watch this. You could watch this in 2 months from now. If you've not heard of PAX, or if this is the first time you've heard of PAX, we're still accepting drivers. Go and apply online, or you just download the PAX driver app, and you can apply through the app. And we'll make sure that if you got the right mentality and you got the right heart to be a part of a team that wants to grow and work together and help us build this thing as we go, then we'd love to have you on the team. We'd love to get you in help you build your business by giving you all the right tools. Jamil says, "Hey, hi." By the way, I'll jump in here on the
Hi, by
chat
the
and say
way.
hi. Yeah,
Gonna come.
yeah. Hi, Jamil. Thanks for watching. There's this heart. Jamil, we already told the story where Chivon went out there and gave you a hug. I should pull up that photo and show everybody on the podcast. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Yeah,
That
hold
photo's
on. Let
great.
me drop this in the chat. I'm gonna go find that photo and pull it up here. Hang on a second. Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna go find your photo. I'm gonna go find that photo. All right, hold on. Let me drop that in the
I'm gonna
chat, and I'll
print
let
it
you.
off and get a little mini copy for him to keep it in his wallet.
Where is it? Let's see here. I know I got it here somewhere. Hang on. That's the wrong one. This one. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. There it is. It's so good. All right, here we go. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna. I don't want. Let's see. Okay. Let's go to my downloads. No, that's not it. I know. Thanks for hanging with me. Hang on here. There we go. All right, I got it. Hang on. All right, here we go. Check this out. Oh, such a good photo. Here we go. Ready? I'm gonna share it. Here, hang on. Share my
Best
screen.
photo ever.
Here we go. Here we go. You ready? Oh, there it is. Can you see that? Oh, so funny. So
Look
much
at his
better. Look at.
face.
I know. Look at the. So those are some other photos of some of the events we were at. It's just cool to see all these drivers coming together. Man, it's such a cool community. So yeah, if you're looking for a better option to drive, you should jump in on PAX. That's we would love to have you. So no, thank you for that moment, Sean. I'm glad we got that. Oh, Jamil says, "Oh
Oh,
no."
I'm so glad you guys got that on like a picture of that. That's so
I'm gonna
great.
see. I'm gonna see if I could. Yeah, check this out. This is Jamil's comment. He says, "I'm very happy to have Chivon on our PAX team." Oh my gosh, it's so funny. That's
Thanks,
okay. So that,
Jamil.
yeah, no, I'm so glad that we got to do that because that is very that is literally what I'm talking about. The bubbly, like the impact that you have on uh every opportunity that you're around, Siobhan. You're just a delight. So thank you for bringing that to the team
I
because
try.
I doubt I could have given him a hug and gotten that reaction. So Marius's great picture. So yeah, no, that's fun. So tell me,
Thanks, Marius.
back to your bubbly personality and the fact that you love to drive. If part of these podcasts is not just to introduce the world to PAX, but also introduce the world to Siobhan's driving private driver service. You are your own business, you're your own boss, and you're creating a play or your a black book of of regular riders. And so if people want to experience your flavor, your business, the private driver that service that you are, how do they do that? How do they, or and also what, tell us what's unique about, like, Jamil gets on here and shows off his tuxedo, or not Jamil, Marius gets on here and shows off his tuxedo and goes, "Look, I make the difference." Like that's really impressive. Siobhan, what is special about your driving experience that would make people want to drive with you, besides the obvious?
Uh, well, okay, so something funny. My friends are always like, "Man, Siobhan, you are very awkward sometimes, but you are really good at making an awkward situation more awkward." I would say that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's
So I feel like anybody that feels like they would be uncomfortable or anything like that, like I'm definitely probably going to bring you out of that.
or make it worse. Oh, that's awesome. That's funny.
No,
No,
no, I haven't had any worse ones yet.
no, I think that no, that's an art form, is making people feel comfortable, and that's honestly that is one of the things that I'm so proud of our drivers, is that they, every time I follow up or I get a report of how their PAX ride went, they always talk about how awesome the driver is, and I also think that that experience, when that peace of mind that somebody gets when they take a PAX ride, is because the people, our drivers are professional drivers. They make you feel at home when you're driving the
Hmm.
car, and so I think that that's probably a good way of helping you with your elevator pitch. Is just you make people feel comfortable, especially
Yeah, like
when
I
they're
feel like a
you know
lot of people they get in rides and they're like, "This is awkward," like, and I'm like
yeah.
super weirdly awkward, so I'm like, "Hey, I'll
No,
make this so comfortable for you."
Jamil says you're a comedian on wheels. That, yeah, you're really personable. You make people. It's easy to get along with you. It's easy. It would be a nice, easy ride, and it's of the personal connection that you bring with what you do and how you do it. It really feels like a friend is driving you from one place to another, and that's not always the case. Getting in somebody else's car
Yeah.
is kind of a, an uncomfortable thing to do, and you make that really comfortable. So that is
Oh, well, thank
good.
you.
So I would say, if do you know what kind of clients you're looking for? Are you looking for all clients, business clients, family clients? What's your ideal client? When somebody gets in the car and you're like, yeah, I want to turn this one into a forever rider. Do you have a type?
I like all clients. I would say like family oriented clients are probably my favorite, just because I love hearing like the different types of stories and everything, and how they are dynamically as a family and just all the different things. And then I get their other family members in here and I get to hear the other sides of it. So it's
Right.
always nice,
And
especially when it's like multi generations.
no, that's great. And that's really cool about building your own book of business. Is not only they're like, "Hey, you've got to use my driver Siobhan. I totally trust her. She's great with the kids. You got to use her. She's the best." And then you find out, you're like, "Oh, hey, Daniel." They're like, "Oh, let me tell you about Daniel," and you get the whole other side. That's really cool. But that's how you grow business. That's how you do it. You work hard and you make sure that your presentation is memorable. That was one thing Jamie and I were talking about, is the fact that your first impression happens on its own, because just showing up and meeting somebody, your first
Yes.
impression, whether it's good or bad, it's going to happen. But a lasting impression, you really got to work hard at. You've got to be intentional about standing out, about making sure that they really recognize the fact that you want to be their forever driver. You want to be their private driver. Like that takes some intentionality and quite frankly some creativity. That's why the idea that our QR codes that we put together and making those available to just the drivers individually for the drivers has been working so well and helping drivers convert everyday riders to be forever riders. Uh,
Forever.
yeah, D's service AZ. I don't remember who that is. That Derek? I think that's Derek. He says, "Hi guys." And then Jamil says, Chivon is a team player for PAX and helps out in many ways. Oh, look at coasters. You got that's another, yep, coasters and cards. Yeah, yeah. If you got a creative idea and you think it will help you build your business, we want to know about it because we will help you. I put that together. Larry, I just talked to Larry today. His mailer, he just got it approved. It's going out to the zip codes that, yeah, drink coasters. We should put cup sleeves together, or we should just print our own cups. That'd be kind of cool too. But Larry has
Oh, we
mailers that are
should.
going out
That would be
in,
awesome.
in the zip codes where he likes to find his clients. He's printed that same card that we put on the headrest in each of the cards, in each of the cars that are specific to your QR code. He edited his to be a mailer that he just got approved. So
Ooh.
it's going to be yeah, he's going to be distributing that in the area codes where he wants to build business, where he wants to expand his business into. But I just confirmed with him, he and I are going to get on a podcast next week to talk specifically about that. So if you're following along, if you're not following along, you should like and subscribe our channel so that you don't miss when we do these live events, because it's so much more fun when you guys are in the comments and jumping in and letting us know. Yeah, D's ride service is Derek. Yeah, he says hi. So yeah, it's Derek. What up, Derek? Thanks for joining us, hanging out with us.
What up, Derek?
Uh, Derek. Yeah, so man, 30 minutes always goes fast. We're cooking at 22 minutes, so people are probably just getting in. We covered, as a recap, we covered where Chivon came from. She hung out in Tucson for a bit, and then was like, she got up here for a couple of rides, and I was like, man, this is where the business is at. So she's up here now. She's driving with us, and yeah, so lots going on in the valley, lots happening. The team is growing, and people like Siobhan are the reason our team is so awesome. But literally every podcast, at least once, I say, we talk about people because, or to tell you about PAX, to tell you about the people because we have the best in the business. And Siobhan, you're one of the biggest reasons that that is true. Like I love introducing
Aw.
the world to you guys because you're not a car, you're a person, and your professionalism makes a big difference. And so I every time I get an opportunity to hang out with you guys on the curb, or when we're at an event, or when we go get pizza together or whatever, it's always so much fun to see how you guys have your own community of professionals that are helping each other to level up and professionalize your business. So thank you for your impact in that, because it you guys also learn from each other pretty quickly. That's another thing that I've learned by watching you guys, is when one of you gets something, does something good, the rest of you are like, hey, I can do that too. And it helps everybody out. So I'm very much looking forward to our future at PAX on how this community grows. I'm excited this podcast exists because now you got everybody out there watching gets to see a little bit more about
Mhm.
why the PAX community is so special, and we'd love to have you. If you want to play on a team, come play on ours because we'd love to have you. So, and again, you can sign up for that, or you can apply to be a driver with us on the PAX Driver app. So do that today. We'd love that. We'd love that. Uh, get you running as soon as possible. More cars on the road means more people know about PAX, and the more riders we get with PAX and experiencing what you guys are doing, the faster our brand will spread to help other people know that there's another option out there other than the ones they already currently know. So you can do that at paxapp.io. You can apply there. You can also get the app from any of the app stores, Google Play or the Apple Store. You can download the app and go get the PAX app. And if you like what you see. You wanna book with Chivon, you can do that on the PAX Rider app. And let me pull up. You can go look at her profile. Let me pull up her location here. Let's see. Yeah, so you can go to the https:/driver.paxapp.io/profile/ Siobhan. And looks like Siobhan might have got a phone call, so she bumped out for a minute, but there she goes. She's back in. So Siobhan, if there's anything you want to say to help people connect with you, or you can say it now, or if there's anything you want to throw into the podcast before we exit, yeah, now is the time.
No, I just appreciate everybody coming on and watching, and everybody. I look forward to seeing new drivers come on to PAX, and I look forward to seeing new customers come into PAX too.
Yep. Yeah, we're moving towards a marketing push here pretty soon in the next month, where we'll be talking about print and a lot of advertising space that's going out. So, yeah, we're working hard at building rides and building people that awareness. We're already at over 650 riders, which is cool. So we've got codes to help incentivize them to take those rides, to get in and experience PAX. And yeah, we're growing every single day. So if you have not experienced PAX, book Siobhan today, because she's like I said, she's a delight to be around. You'll love your ride with her. And if you use, we'll throw a promo code up here real fast. If you use promo code PAX20, you'll get 20%
Oh, we
off
love
your
promo
first ride.
codes.
Yeah, so yeah, so and that's just because we're getting going, and we want to reward our early adopters for trying us out. So thank you for doing that. Thank you. That's a thank you to those of you watching, and spread the word. Tell your friends that this code is available through the end of the month. So please take advantage of that. Book with Siobhan or any of our wonderful drivers. We've got a lot online that you can browse and check out, and order one of them today to take you to your next event. You can have them drop you off at the airport. You can have them uh, if you're looking to do a wedding party. They love that stuff, and we can coordinate multiple cars if you got lots of people. So if you want to do that, we can accommodate that. You can book that, and by the end of the month, we're going to be able to do hourly rates for drivers too. So that's going to open up a whole new avenue of you can book a driver for several hours. You can go down to Tucson to watch a U of A game. You can go up to Vegas if you want to. We had a couple guys take advantage of something like that. So now we can cover you in insurance of
Marius is on the other side doing cartwheels and stuff about this hourly thing. He's like, heck yeah, finally!
I know, I know. Yeah, cannot get that out there fast enough for Marius. That is true for sure. Marius just put
He's like, yes.
Sheena, let people know what kind of car you drive and how many passengers. That's a great question, Marius. So Siobhan, how many passengers can you take, and what kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Prius and I could take one. Okay, no, just kidding. I drive a Ford Expedition and I can take a lot. A lot.
I think you could take up to 7, right?
Six.
Six. Yeah, so you can, and if you have more than 6 passengers, Jamil just put, you can always order a presidential with Jim and Luke. You got a couple of 15 executives coming into town. Let PAX drive you around. We'd love to do that and give you that peace of mind to pick up
Yes.
drop offs and let you experience that difference too. And if you just want to take your team out for something, or if you want to you want to go out with a bunch of friends, we can take care of you. We call it a presidential, just it's kind of like a presidential motorcade, but we organize it so that you all get picked up at the same time, you all arrive at the same time, you all stay in traffic. You guys travel as a group. It looks really impressive, and it's a lot of fun. So you can definitely take advantage of that if that's something that you're looking for. We'd love to accommodate that as well. And again, if you want to schedule with Siobhan, the https://driver.paxapp.io/profile/Siobhan. And so you can get her that way. You also can just go straight into our app and search for Siobhan and find it that way. So are you picking up a client right now? That's funny.
No, My
Okay.
kids were running to the car. I was like,
Oh.
no, go away,
No, go away. Go away.
go
I'm on.
away,
Well, yeah.
get out
Well,
of here.
no, we're
They're like, oh,
well,
what are you
that's all
doing
that's
here?
all the time we got. We're at 30 minutes. So I try to keep these things at 30 minutes or less just because it kind of rounds it out nice and even. So it gives enough time for people to get in, but also not too long if people get bored. So thank you for watching. Share this with people. Help Chivon grow her business because she's a wonderful human being and she's a
Thank you.
fantastic PAX team member. So thank you, Chivon, for everything you do. Thank you for the heart that you're bringing to the team. Thank you for joining me on today's podcast. That was a lot of fun. So you guys spread it, help her spread the word that she is open for business and that this podcast hopefully will help her gain some new lifelong customers. All right. Thanks every day. Everybody, thank you for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day and have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.